Hey everybody, this is Ahdoom, and welcome back to another exciting adventure with Darkest Dungeon, Crimson Court. I'm really looking forward to playing another round, hoping I can get a few more episodes captured tonight. But full disclosure, I've had a few martinis, and if this evening is slightly silly, then apologies in advance. Also had a chance to check in on my analytics on YouTube, and who knew I had so many people in Poland that loved Darkest Dungeon? Fantastic. My Polski brothers, welcome. Welcome. And let's get into the next mission. Just quickly turn on a timer so I know how long I've been going. And we've taken out a Ruins boss. We've taken out a Cove boss. We could focus on a Warren's boss, which will unlock pretty quickly. But crests are good, but I need deeds really badly. So we're going to pick instead this medium apprentice match. You can explore 90% of rooms with a solar crown. I've never seen one before in the old game. I assume that was just the random number generator not throwing it up, because solar crowns make sense with solar cloaks and solar rings and so on. Sorry, sun rings and sun cloaks, my mistake. But in any case, let's press on. Got a mixed party, blood and guts yet again, with a Hellion, a Houndmaster, a Jester, and a Vestal, and as you've noticed, I'm carrying through quite a few cursed individuals. I read somewhere on Reddit, and it's all pretty early panicked scuttlebutt, that if you leave people back in the hamlet with the curse will spread of its own, because they're, I know, in the brothel and spreading things organically. Ignoring disease vectors, we have a couple of characters here that need some trinkets equipped, and I'll show you how I go through that if you aren't already familiar with things. Hellion has a negative stress trinket that I've already picked up, which I'll take, and I'll think about either reducing her stress or dropping a warrior's cap. And from memory, the Hellion has quite a few melee-based abilities. In fact, they're all melee-based abilities, so having a plus 5% accuracy, or plus 5 point accuracy on her is quite attractive. Moving on, we have the Houndmaster, and in position 2, I do have him equipped with a stun ability, so I will try and complement that with an increased chance of stun, even though that does slightly reduce my speed. And again, we're just cancelling out the increased speed that he has from the curse. The other thing I can look at is either increasing his trap disarm chance, which is pretty attractive because it prevents unpleasant accidents, or again, let's have a quick look at what his abilities are classed as. Ranged, and melee. Do we have anything for ranged? The answer is yes, but it gives me a -2 to my dodge, which I'd rather not do. I'd rather always take a dodge debuff on someone that has no dodge at all when we're at low levels. And again, ranged, yeah, these are all pretty relevant, and there's no penalty. Yeah, dodge can only ever be a 0 value as far as I understand, so that's fine by me. Back to the Houndmaster and have a quick look. We have something that's specific to the Houndmaster, which makes complete sense. Let's drop that 20% chance, plus 20% chance to trap disarm, and move on to the Jester. Jester has some problems with health, and there's no way around that, really, unfortunately. What I can do, though, is just double check. These are all range skills. Yep, okay. Jester, melee. Okay, so that warrior's cap will be pretty worthwhile. We could also try and look at buffing his speed, buffing his dodge, or reducing his stress, or increasing his damage and prot. Now, this is an interesting one. At low levels, I don't want to increase people's stress too much because it can become quite problematic. That said, I have a party with the Jester, and hey, it's the Jester himself. I could just drop a Book of Sanity, or I can just increase his speed. Let's make a decision later. On the Vestal, increasing her speed is quite handy at times, but the more important thing is to increase her overall HP. The less squishy she is, the less worried I have to be about her, and I'm not too concerned about having a support character with lower overall damage, because that's not what she's for. And doubling back, I might just reduce the overall level of stress this Jester takes, because damage, and yeah, no, not going to equip Dismas's head. Barristan's head is pretty useful, given the fact that this guy only has 21 HP, and healing skills don't really apply. I could drop increased healing skills, honestly, on the Vestal, and that wouldn't be bad, because she's only level 1, and in fact, I might just do that right now, to be honest. There. Done. That's a much better call, even though I don't get the increased accuracy. Extra healing skills are completely fine, provided that I don't need to heal the stress of my Jester too much. And I am satisfied with this party layout and the trinkets. Just double checking. Yep. That's time to provision up. I'm going to bring along only 4 blood, because I don't think they'll be craving. Okay, there are no wasting heroes in town, which is fine, because I'm bringing them all with me. We're going into the weald, so medicinal herbs are useful. The rationale behind the blood is I've only seen my guys start to suffer debuffs after about 5 or 6 rooms, maybe 4 or 5 rooms, and I figure if I bring 4, then even on a medium map, that's going to be plenty. We'll have to see. We're all still learning at this stage in the game, so I mean, let's just do the best that we can. We'll take some holy water and some shovels and some skeleton keys, stack of torches and a half, and the quick shuffle there so we don't occupy inventory slots unnecessarily. Food and 4, that's just fine by me, and do the same as switcheroo. Have to remember to use the Houndmaster's dog treats, and let's get into the dungeon. While things are loading, I just want to say thank you again, everyone who's already a subscriber. Thanks for coming back, everyone who's a subscriber. Oh my god, subscribe! These videos are actually pretty good. I have a lot of fun making them. I hope you have a lot of fun watching them. And let's see what this particular exploration of the Abyss has in store.
I knew all these paths once. Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
Okay, so in terms of pathing, we have to explore 90% of rooms. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, which means I can afford to miss 1 or 2. I'm going to go down this fork and then double back, because there's a lot of doubling back here, and I'd rather skip those 2 than having to double back in case I've got my math wrong, because I've had a few drinks. So let's start off and carry on. We've got a corridor battle and just a bunch of maggots. We should be able to make short, sharp work of these unpleasant individuals. Starting things off, chances for the insta-kill are the preference for us. Stress levels are ridiculously low, so let's see where we can do the most damage. Chance for insta-kill on position 3. These guys don't leave a corpse behind, so that makes decision-making really easy. 6 damage, and that's a nice kill. Next up, Hound's Rush. Yeah, let's deny them a turn. Boom. I would go so far as to say shakalaka. Wicked Hack right here, and they get only the 1 turn that came through. And let's try and go for the stun here to buck our torch and deny them an action. Up, not quite enough. Again, their stun is 100%. Didn't expect that to work. That's okay. Just go into the kill. Oh, superb. So I don't have any bandages, so I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave this mummified remains alone in case I happen to find bandages down the line, and then can double back to it. That seems like an efficient way of doing things. High confidence this room is empty, and so we'll wait for scout. Nothing happens, and let us press on. Barely,
Spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Nice stack of change from that sack. Try this one again, and it's empty. No problem at all. Again, every single time I say the sack is empty, I feel a bit. It sounds a bit nasty, but it's not. And I'm sorry you guys have to hear that so many times. Combat room, 2 scratchers, 2 artillery, and we get the surprise. So the game is all about me. Really low chances of bleed at this stage. Good chances for a kill with an Iron Swan, I'm guessing. I could try and do a chain bleed to start working these guys down, or I could just get focused on one individual. No chance for insta-kill though, so let's start off with an attack on position 3. 7 damage made and 1 bleed coming down the line. Crimson Curse, he is craving, which reduces his stun, blight, bleed, resistance, max HP, but increases his speed. I'm going to wait until he's really, really hungry for it before I give him that boost though, because I'm just worried that I am spending more blood than I should. This chappie has 7 health left. I have 1 bleed on him. I need to get 3 damage done, plus the 3 bleed on this attack to get the kill. Not quite enough to make things work, unfortunately. 4 damage and 5 HP. Again, we've got no chance at all of getting the kill here, so we will just focus on that 1 artillery to make sure at least one of them is dead, buried, and denied an action. Fine by me. Now that we know that we aren't going to be taking out 2, we may as well focus on at least preventing getting some damage from at least one of them. So let's drop a stun right here, and hopefully it takes. Nice. Mark Prey drops down. 1 damage and no debuff, but that mark is in place. This guy will take some damage. That's fine. We have a self-heal that's pretty robust on this guy, and again, we'll rely on the bleeds to keep working down that scratcher. In our turn, we'll look at where we find the best opportunities for damage. Again, stress levels are pretty low, could party buff, but let's just actually focus on getting the pain train rolling once again. We need this guy to be dead. He's got 3 damage right now. There's no chance for an insta-kill on him, so we might just get a dual attack going. 2 and 3, not too shabby, and then bleeds on everyone in arm's reach. No chance for kill there, remote chance for kill there, pretty good chance that he'll bleed to death. Let's do it. 9 damage, 1 HP left, and he's a goner. And when he dies of blight, when he dies of bleed, he will, he will be out of action. Now, I'm not going to take a stun with the Houndmaster. He's got a better chance to have more heal coming through. Yeah. Good call. Great dodge. Great dodge. Great dodge. One's dead. Artillery is within arm's reach now. We've got some blight on this chap, so we may as well just drop a judgment on position 2. And it's a beautiful critical, which heals us up and deals with the highest stressed character in our party. Jolly good. Right, what fresh hell are you going to be pulling me now? You're going to pass. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know how the curse works, and I'm going to have to hope the best. Might feed you some blood damn soon, because these things are kind of annoying. Need to restore you back to passive. Now, rather than taking it, no chance in hell of killing, what we can do, though, is have a pretty good chance of stunning. That makes sense to me. And if this chap doesn't pass next time around, we can certainly... got 2 more damage to come in 1 round. You'll be down to 23. Let's take a chance on Judgment. We won't get the kill, but it'll work in closer to getting killed, and our health is topped up nicely. In a fresh round, we have the Houndmaster. I think we can now... we can't even safely get a kill. Can't even safely get a stun. Let's just help out, and it was a kill. Alright. I'm going to use up 1 blood right here on this Jester, who's needing to be restored. Oh, you're up to Bloodlust? Really? Is that all it took? That was kind of wasted, because it only lasts a limited number of turns. Oh well. Just didn't want you stressing out my guys.
For a task well performed.
That is kind of regrettable. Alright, let's double back. Craving. Okay, but I don't want you going into Bloodlust. So we'll leave you alone. Wait until you're hurting, or whatever it is, before we drop another blood. Long walk back to the starting point, unfortunately. Really? Okay, well, let's take a chance. Okay, free treasure.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Alright, you're just gonna freak everyone out, aren't you? I can take the stress. That Jester is, yeah, he's glowing with rage. I'm not sure how long this Bloodlust lasts for, whether it's a certain number of battles, whether it's a certain number of moves. Kind of confusing. One day there will be articles about this, and one day I'll have personal experience to understand. Until then, there's just gold waiting there on the ground. Okay, get the surprise. Only 3 Nashers. This one should be relatively straightforward. I'm going to start things off with the stress heal on the Vestal, because she's looking a bit peaked, down to 20, and that's just fine by me. These guys don't leave corpses from memory, so we'll try for the insta-kill. Not quite good enough, unfortunately, but the Houndmaster might be able to drop a bleed on him, so I'm less worried. Given that situation, we'll drop a stun on the back row. Yep, that took nicely, and in the interim, 1 damage and 1 bleed. That's just enough to meet my needs. 1 crit, 1 damage, 1 HP, 1 bleed. This guy's dead in his own turn, that's fine. Rapid Rush, 1 damage, and hopefully no diseases. Nope, just bleed, that's fine. I can take a bleed. Bleeds are just fine in my books. Alright, and in our turn, we get the first jump at these guys. I will take out the guy with the debuff against stress. Boom, shakalaka. What? Really? That's what you're going to do? Alright, let's drop a stun because you decided to do something silly. Good. Alright, we're in a happy and healthy place. Might spend some turns faffing because we're only in round 2 and it's just a corridor battle after all. When that bleed takes, we will drop a judgment for probably the kill. Not quite the kill, that's fine, but we do recover some health. Turn comes up, can't do diddly with the Jester, so we will just take the stress away.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Right, okay, you're going to freak everyone else out, that's fine. We'll get the kill regardless.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And nice pile of gold. Yep, we're all looking fine. You are craving. We're going to just keep you craving for a little bit longer because I want you back to baseline. I want you not being crazy if I can. Bloodlust is fine, don't get me wrong, but Bloodlust still makes people do some loco things, so I'd rather not. Alright, let's switch the inventory. Pretty confident that shovels will not be super critical, so we... There we go, just in time. Hey guys, pro tip. Leave your inventory open.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Look, because I keep forgetting, I'm going to drop a bust in place of the dog treats, and this holy water isn't probably going to do me a huge amount of good, so I may as well make my money back almost from it. Done. No holy water on the cursed. Remember that. No holy water on the cursed. And Dunsky, carry on, use the remaining shovel, and hope to golly that we don't have any more need for obstacle clearing. Torch up and press on. And we'll go around the way. Great, free torch, no complaints there at all. Whew. Dodge trap. The best trap is a dodge trap. Not a dodge trap, a dodged trap. Golly.
The light, the promise of safety.
Okay, you're back to human again. That's, well, back to not crazy bloodlust again, which is fine. Get a scout in, and it's just a short walk to an empty room. Hunger checks, though. They happen. Need to find some food if I can, because, we are actually running relatively low. Okay, scout comes through, and we have a back, which is sadly empty. A trap coming up just real close, and let's just secure it. Not take more risks than we have to. Torch up and press on into the empty.
A blazing star is born.
No intelligence, so we'll just press on and down the way. Might just zoom in as well while we have this opportunity. And check what's in the sack. Just some gold. Well, just some gold. Gold is great dodge. Ah, triple A grade dodge right there. Torchlight is running very low. But hey, at least my inventory is free. And we're in battle 2 acolytes, 2 brawlers. This is how we do it. Let's see what we get. Okay, stressful incantation and stressfuls go up and torchlight goes down. That's just fine for the moment. Same repeats on the Houndmaster. We need to deal with the stress levels. We also need to make sure that we get the crits we need to get the damage. We also need to, again, 3 bleeds spread across 2 targets is pretty awesome. Let's start with that. 2 4s, pretty healthy. Bleed in place, an extra 9 damage is absolutely fantastic. The Jester is just wonderfully OP. You pass. Okay, you pass. Fine. Sure, pass. Deny them a turn if I can, just to remediate some of my torch damage. Yep. Gonna try. 3 damage. No stun, unfortunately, but the torch does go up by a smidgen. Rent for the Old Gods on the Hellion, 3 damage, and no bleed. Might need to be a focus for some focused healing from the Vestal at some stage. Again, chance for an insta-kill, guarantee practically of an insta-kill. Let's do it. Done. That works out. Next up, we have, opening stressful incantation, which is dodged because my Vestal is boss. As we can either stun or we can kill. Let's kill the brawler on the front row. Handily done. And let's be choiceful about this turn. Party buff's not so worried about. Let's take the chance at some stress reduction, because doing a focused bleed on this chap isn't going to really... It'll help, but it's not going to change the world. Alright. let's cure some stress on the Vestal. She's looking happier already. No chance for insta-kill. Remote chance for insta-kill. Let's take the remote chance. Only 11. That's fine by me. We can make that come good. Let's focus a heal on the Hellion, even though it exposes us to more damage. Because I need this one to... Again, the Hellion just dodges really well. She is a full level up from the rest of the guys, I think, so that's just fine. Sure, it's just Incantation the Vestal. That just puts us back to where we were before. You know, let's play Knifey Spoony, by all means. By all means. Not going to do a Hound's Rush on the Acolyte, even though it gets the kill, because I'm going to use the Vestal to do that, and heal herself while getting a kill in Train. Will, though... The question is whether I want to do damage or a stun. And a stun is a better call. Because if a stun comes with damage, then you're better off. And if a stun doesn't come with damage, then you're almost always better off as well. Just how it works. Judgment back row, plenty enough to kill, and health is topped up very nicely. Just want to keep min-maxing this as much as I can, and then carrying through... Okay, this chap is now wasting, which gives him negative 20% health. Okay, I will give you the blood now. You're back to baseline, and I can close the kill, or I can faff. Let's close the kill. Right!
Be wary.
Nicely done.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
We'll check scouting first. Want to look into that curio if I can. So I will head north regardless. The rest of these rooms are empty. Obviously not going to forget this. Traveler's Tent. But it's just a map, which tells me nothing. Hoping for treasure. I'm going to be honest, I was hoping for treasure, but I can live with the map.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Now my torch is running quite low. Hunger check. Alright, that's just fine. At the doorway, we're in Radiant. And we'll carry on low torch for a while at least. No surprise, unfortunately. Do take an Eldritch pull quite early on, but at least it's a stress attack, and that move is resisted. Let's start with a Chain Bleed, because Chain Bleeds are amazing. Superb. Acolyte's already down to 7, which is great, and we dodge it. I love artful dodges. Did I not just mention how much I love artful dodges? Both of you guys in the middle, I love you. You're great. We can try and finish off this Acolyte, and that makes complete sense to me. Right, it's one less stress attack next turn around. We'll drop a stun if we can make it on that Brawler and die the return while still getting a small amount of damage in. That's just fine by me, and actually we might, if we can, repeat that process as well on this chap here. Great crit, torch up, and the stun takes. Beautiful. Rent the Old Gods drops down, 3 damage, and no complications. So what should we do? Stress levels are pretty manageable across the board. I could get a kill. Yeah, let's get a kill. 4 damage, but with the bleeds, that's enough to take this guy out in the next turn. Let's start working the back row. Not good enough, unfortunately. 5 hit points left. Stressful Incantation on the Houndmaster. But he's a slippery sucker and dodges that like there is no get out.
Unforgiving.
I think I'll take out the Acolyte if I can. Yes. And now let's try for a stun on the front row to keep control of the map, not take any damage, and have the freedom to heal ourselves or do whatever. 19, 11, 11, 11. Stress down on the Vestal. Nicely done.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Self-heal, I'm going to leave alone. The Vestal will probably do a party heal just to see how good we can get things. It's just double stun. Not that double stuns are a thing. You can only ever stun for a single turn. That's just how it works. I'm wasting turns here. You know what I'm doing. You guys know what I'm doing. It's fine. And now with the Hellion, we seal the deal.
nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Now everything stacks aside from this jade, and these anti-venoms aren't super useful right now, and that's fine by me. We might have to make some more difficult calls once we see the traveler's tent.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Bandages I can live without. Gold I quite like. Journal pages. Yeah, it's page 4 of 6 of Darius' Brave Adventure, and here's blood-soaked pages from a journal, volume 6. I think I might take this opportunity to camp, to be honest. That frees up some food, it frees up some inventory space. My stress levels aren't, like, intense. I don't eat the health, so I may as well just eat 2 food. And that lets me pick up the journal page. The question is, what else do I feel I can give up? Need to make the money back on these medicinal herbs. If I haven't used them yet, it's probably not going to happen, so we'll drop those, and that's as good as it's going to get, I guess. Respite. Okay, let's have a look at your abilities. We want to avoid being ambushed, but we brought the wrong abilities on the wrong party members because we're just silly fools. Everyone's stress is actually really low. But every Rose's Thorn is epic. Okay, drop that. Increased scouting chance, that's fine by me. Let's give increased accuracy and dodge to the Hellion. And take care of your stress. We're all on no stress. We'll probably get ambushed. Let's see how this goes. Nope, okay, free and clear. No whacking furries, as they say in Sydney. And let's press on down this pre-scattered laneway and move forward into a corridor battle and a curio. We have to explore 90% of rooms, and it's going to be 1 or 2 more rooms more before we are done here. Just a bunch of Nashers, which makes things easy. No chance for an insta-kill, so what we will do instead is buff the party to hope we get our hits in first, because these guys are not surprised by any measure. Not good enough though. Rapid rush in the back row, 1 damage and no bleed. Fine by me. Let's do a kill in the back row. Beautiful critical. Absolutely beautiful critical. Next up, we'll try Judgment to see if there's enough damage there. There isn't, so we will instead stun. If it takes, which it does, just fine. Next up, we can hack on the chap with a turn. Coming up, not good enough. Not good enough for the kill. We know this guy's a fast one as well. Let's see. Let's party buff again. Which hopefully should speed us up to be fast enough to make do. 2 damage, bleed resist really low. Let's do this. Excellent, so this guy's dead. This guy's going to take some damage. That's the best spread that I can get. 2 on the Hellion, and she's picked up a nasty case of rabies as well as a bleed, but we have the technology to address such problems promptly and efficiently. Now to follow on, we will drop a judgment on this little doggy here. To top up our health as much as to help with the killing. And in our first turn, we can do literally nothing beyond party buffing again with the Jester. One of the things, Jesters are either like incredibly useful or just back of house support units. It's all good either way. Let's get the kill and the stun just to be really cruel, to be honest.
Trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Alright, inventory up, and sadly no bandages, but you're gonna have a look regardless. Can't stop you. And there's those. There, we've discovered a new and entertaining disease. That happens. Excuse me there. Empty room. And scouting comes through. There's an obstacle there, and we are fresh out of shovels, and so we'll probably leave out before we need to go there. There'll be 1 cure on the way, though. Can't afford that 1 hunger check, fortunately, and since no more hunger... Actually, we'll check this thing first. Nope, that's fine. Let's just eat that food, take this room, and that could be dungeon. Yes, it is. Look, we could carry on, But we're out of torches, we're out of food, and our stress is so low that I don't want to chance it. So,
Paths and roads bring soldiers and supplies. Let them arrive unharried.
and let's do a quick tally of how we went. Roughly 13 and change K in gold. Total of 9 Ds, which will be very appreciated. 12 crests, and 2 busts, as well as a solar crown, which I guess we could use. Fergant, the Hellion, and Sydney, the Cursed Houndmaster, are both level 3, and Sydney's picked up a Quick Reflexes, which is fantastic as far as quirks go. Next we have Osmond, the Vestal, who is an Unholy Hater, which is just fine by me. So close to popping to 2, it's ridiculous. And we've made out pretty well.
I see something long absent in the sunken faces of passers-by. A glimmer of hope.
As we can all see here, Reynold has finally had his kleptomania removed. Thorell has removed Sickly, which might come in handy or not. I don't really know. And gosh, after spending some time in the dungeon, the hammer looks mighty bright. I don't know if that's just my screen or whether it's my fault for playing Darkest Dungeon in the dark, which I don't advise because sometimes the game can freak you out just a little bit. In the meantime, looking through the various things that we focused on as priorities, weaponsmithing is going to be a bit away yet, both in terms of deeds and crests. Nothing else looks like it's going to be a likely option for upgrades. But that said, we do have... There is an abomination. I don't have an abomination. I need an abomination. Let's get an abomination. Who can we afford to give up? This leper, he's just taking up space, right? Yeah, he's just taking up space. Tibon, yeah, you're off guard anyway. Like, that's just ridiculous. I'm glad I never spent any money making you a better man.
Done. Turn yourself now to the condition of those poor devils who remain.
Increased stress at torch high. Yeah, gonna have to get rid of that, and will not take part in prayer. In the meantime, Clotter and Night Owl, neither of those are incredibly fantastic. I only recruited this abomination because A, I want to play flagellants and abominations together. I don't even know if they'll work. I've developed a love over time of abominations just from the last few episodes of my last Let's Play series. And with that said, I'll probably get rid of the most offensive quirk that he has, which is increased stress to over 75 torch, and then find some other low-level lovely to dequirk. Yeah, meh. Give me some combat-affecting quirks. Okay, Necromania has been a bit of a pain in my backside in the last mission, so I will probably deal with that, if I may. But I do need a Vestal. Well, I need a healer. She doesn't have to be a Vestal. Yeah, let's get rid of Necromania, because I don't love those interrupts. I like being choiceful about my curios. Beyond that, I'll do a quick run through to see if there are any upgrades that are available. Osmond definitely didn't step up. Claville hasn't. Sydney has. And now these things are going to get slightly pricey. Again, 1,000 each. That really eats the bank balance. Fergant as well. That's going to eat up all of my spare cash. And yeah, we're back to float. I can go as low as like $5,500, $6,000, 6,000 gold. But I'm comfortable around the 10k mark because it gives me options. Now, Fergant though did pick up rabies. I'm willing to go to 8.5, 7 if I have to. Let's cure that unpleasant disease, because again, I want to be able to actually hit my targets. Don't care how much damage I do, as long as I hit them. I'll take that back. We should do good damage and hit them. But if we don't do great damage, that's okay. Any case, we're currently sitting at about 35 minutes. If I look through the embark queue, I can see that while there are a couple of shorties that I could pick up, yeah, short missions have actually been going for like 25 minutes on average, and I don't want to be putting out too many hour-long videos if I can help it, so I might call time on this episode of The Stage. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you've had some fun too. I'll try and get this video up on YouTube within the hour. In the meantime, if you've liked what you've seen, hit that like button. If you don't like something, then tell me so in the comments below. Hell, if you do like something, tell me something in the comments below. In the meantime, I've been Ahdoom. This has been a great time. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.